Hi, in this video I am going to show you how to install Git and GitHub Desktop for Microsoft Windows. I happen to be on Windows 10. You may be on another version, but they should be pretty much the same. So I'm going to start off at desktop.github.com up here in the address bar, desktop.github.com, and just remember you need to have a GitHub account before you even do this. Okay, so if you haven't signed up, I need you to go to github.com and sign up using your email address. Okay, so after you do that and you went through the process of getting your account established, click on the download GitHub desktop button here. Okay, so I'm going to click on that. It's going to download it here in the lower left hand corner, and at that time you need to click on it to launch it. Okay, so I'm going to just minimize my browser here. Okay, let's just no, I don't want to do that here. Okay, so I am going to install GitHub Desktop. Okay, so here it is installing. Takes a minute or so. Downloads a whole bunch of software. Okay. Waiting. Waiting more. There's a lot of software coming down, or I have a really slow connection, or the GitHub site is actually kind of slow. So it's actually coming from Amazon, as you can see here in the URL. Okay, it's almost done. Almost done. And there it is. It's going to launch now. Okay, notice it did add two icons, two shortcuts on my desktop, one for the GitHub desktop client and another for the GitHub shell. We'll be talking more about the GitHub shell in class and in other videos. Okay, so it's doing its thing here. Okay, it's doing its thing, it's doing its thing, it's doing its thing. Okay. Okay, it says it might take a minute or two. It's getting there. If I were a good video editor, I'd cut all this out so you wouldn't have to wait, but I'm lazy. So you're going to have to listen to this. Okay, it's getting there. It's getting there. Almost there. Okay. Get started by adding a repository. By the way, if you watched the Mac video on how to install GitHub Desktop on a Mac, it's a lot different. Okay, so notice that this thing is pulsating here in the upper left-hand corner. Okay, so we're not going to do anything right here right now, but if you do click on it, just so you know, this add create or clone icon comes up. Okay, dialog comes up. The other thing you want to pay attention to is on the right side here where it says options. You want to click on that, and here's where you can fill in, and I've done this before, okay, all the information that you need for Git. Okay, you won't need the clone path or anything like that. You do want to add an account here so you can communicate with GitHub itself. So if I click on that, I'm going to add my email address, clark.edu, and my GitHub password. Okay, and I'm going to click login. Okay, so now, okay, it's going to give me the option here. If I click on clone, okay, it's going to ask me again which account I want to use on GitHub, and if I click on my Clark account here, actually I don't have any repositories for that, but if I click on here, you can see that there are some repositories here that I can clone down. Okay, don't get too hung up on the clone word right now, okay, because we're just learning GitHub and Git. Okay, so if you got this far, you're good to go. You have the GitHub desktop installed, and stay tuned for additional movies where we will be exploring Git from a command line and GitHub desktop, which is this application here. Thanks for watching. If you have any questions, let me know.